Do you guys is the idea of deportation, do you guys agree or disagree with that?
I think the system is broken in many different ways, right? And so you're asking me if I believe in a system that I know is flawed. It's kind of like, do you believe in incarceration? It's like you ask me if I believe in a system that I know is flawed, right? And so what do you do when you need to hold somebody accountable? I think those questions have to come from a system that is rooted in healing and care and keeping families separate. I will tell you what I saw the last couple days. I went in front of the federal building because I was trying to go to David Huerta, the labor leader, born and raised in LA, who they detained. He was being arraigned in that building. National Guard standing in front of the building. Won't let me in as an elected official. I'm like, all right. So I'm standing out in front of there. There's a few folks who have hearings inside. And they show me their papers. And the papers literally say, if you don't make it to your hearing, you have a failure to appear, you will be removed from this country. You don't get to plead your case. You don't get to finish your asylum process. You don't get to finish anything. You will be removed. And I'm like, hey, what happens to this man right here if y'all don't let him in?
Yeah.
Does he get like an email that says, hey, we know shit was fucked up. We're going to reschedule you on Tuesday?
Yeah.
Or are you about to just ship him out the country, right? And so we have those kinds of design flaws in the system, which is why it's difficult. It's also hard to talk about borders when you really only have three kinds of people in this country. You got people that were stolen from their land, people who exist on stolen land, and the original caretakers of this land. And like that's a very difficult framework to decide who belongs and who doesn't belong. I know we belong because we built it. We the stolen people.
Okay, talk to
right.
me.
You know what I mean? But I don't know how to decide who else belongs except the original caretakers.
Yeah.
I think to your point, Scottie, too, like California and Newsom says that they haven't been like, they're not against deportation, but they think what's happening right now is unprecedented because people are being unfairly discriminated against. Like there are citizens who are being mass deported. Like people are being thrown into vans, pulling up to a Home Depot and taking people from their work day. Like
That's insane.
That's
If I
that's
could tell you
insanity.
one more, man, I was at a car wash in the district I represent. They rolled up, they hit this car wash twice. Took 26 people, not even employees. One dude was there with his kids, getting his car washed. They nabbed him. What happens to the kids? What part of the child welfare system they go to?
And I think it's like also too, these
God.
are average people trying to make a living also for their families. Like mass deportation for dangerous like criminals is something that, has been the agenda. But when it comes to just like the average, person who's like trying to provide for their family, can they at least go through the process? Like they don't have like a warrant out for their arrest, none of that. Like you at the car wash.
No, you're right. One day I got pulled over, right? And I had what happened? Something happened, but they ended up taking my car. I think like my insurance was bad. They ended up taking my car. I was younger. Called my mom like, yo, how can they just take my car? Like I felt like, how you just take my car? The cop pull up, take my damn car. Imagine them taking me just like I'm GP. Like that's insane, bro.
Yeah,
oh my
sad.
God.
But
That's messed up.
David Huerta came out of ICE on bail barefoot, like no shoes. You know what I mean? Like talking about what happens inside as well. And like there's a cost to all this. Not just the cost they're spending militarizing us, which is going to cost us several $100 million that we could be using on fire aid. There's a cost. The hospital attendance is 30% down because people are scared to go to the hospitals. The daughter of the dude who got nabbed, she's born and raised here. She had her graduation today. And I was standing with the mayor of Culver City, white dude, and I was talking to her. We had a good relationship. And he was like, hey, what school you graduating from? And she leans over to her sister, can I tell him?
Damn.
Right? And I'm like, and I know that's going to stick with Dan. She was talking to me, chopping it up cool, but it's going to stick with him because, like, that's the fear he's created for entire communities in L.A. Can I exist? Can I go see the doctor if I'm sick? Can I? And she born and raised. She a little girl. She just graduated with medals and honors and everything. Like it was traumatizing for me to see the trauma that they've experienced. And I think that's how all of LA feels like. We're all traumatized by seeing the trauma that's being inflicted on others.